Welcome to Reality After Show coverage of Australian Survivor, Titans v Rebels, episodes 10 through 12. I'm legend, Jonny Fairplay, joined by Survivor expert, Dan Montchal. What's up, Survivor expert, Dan Montchal?
Woo, woo.
Oh, there we go. Kelly was supposed to join us live. However, you guys are going to be shocked. Kelly confused AM with PM. It's the Psychiatrist Center. They don't. The postscripts mean nothing. We're gonna do a standalone interview with Kelly after this. So don't worry. We will be adding Kelly to the podcast network in by way of an interview. So she will not be a part of this episode 10 through 12 recap, which immensely helps Dan in his notes that he will be reading from involving Kelly.
There were quite a few that didn't paint the best picture of Kelly that we're just going to have to edit on the fly. So it's nice, you know?
Yeah. So, Dan, I got to say, in the history of reality television, this might be the greatest week ever to be a fan. Okay, so let's just look broad strokes. Okay.
Okay. I'd love to have that conversation.
Okay. So Australian Survivor, Titans v Rebels. Incredible.
Phenomenal season.
Like top tier. We'll have the discussion at the end, whether it's the best, who knows? Could be on pace. I mean, I am wowed. I don't think we've had any duds of an episode. So some much more dynamic than others, but I mean, as a whole, man, I think they're strongly delivering.
I think so far 12 episodes in, it's been a great season. One of the things that gives me hope is it isn't new for the pre-merge of Australian Survivor to be exciting. Almost every Australian Survivor season, pre-merge has been exciting. The issue is once you get to that, 3 or 4 votes after the merge, it starts to become a slog, and you can kind of see what's coming at the end. Like I think of All Stars with that, where All Stars at the beginning was super exciting, but then once Dave the Golden God kind of had a grapple on the game, the ending wasn't necessarily the greatest. But what gives me a lot of hope with this season is we still have Mark, we still have Caroline, we still have Eden, we have Kirby, we have Ferris. There's still so many big characters left that can go in a number of different ways that I don't think that we're going to lose 2 or 3 of them next week and then someone's going to dominate. So I think it's really exciting what could potentially happen moving forward.
Yeah, and even pre-merge, I mean, you have the Mark versus Caroline war that one of them isn't even aware is a war, and the chess pieces are in play. And that's a beautiful thing. And then you have Kirby versus Ferris, where they're both aware that it's a war. The chess pieces are in place, and so you're sitting there watching it. Like the deck is stacked, and are we gonna have good friends, better enemies, like strange bedfellows? What combinations are we going to see coming out of the merge? Because it could go a number of different ways. And I don't see in, next week, episodes 13, 14, and 15, I don't think we're losing Mark, Caroline, Kirby, and Ferris in week 1 of the merge.
No, I don't either. I think if we're going to lose someone, it's because the edit hasn't been there. It's going to be like a Kitty, where Valeria is going to be leading that charge to, we need to get vengeance for Viola.
Yeah.
And we lose someone like her. I still don't think we're going to lose one of the big players. Maybe one at the end of the week, but who knows?
Who knows? And that's why you watch. And all right, so we have Australian Survivor. We have Trader season 2, killing it.
It's been awesome.
Okay. We have Love is Blind season 6.
I know that it's taking place in Charlotte. Have not watched an episode.
Wow. It is so good. It might be my favorite of everything.
Really?
Yes, it is so good. So season 5 of Love is Blind, I enjoyed it. Not the best as far as Love is Blind seasons go. And, I credit it all to Houston, just really letting us down. They have for years.
That checks.
Charlotte understood the assignment.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of things about it. Just haven't. I only got so many hours in the day.
Oh, same. So,
No, I know you do. You're a bigger fan of reality TV than me. I watch the shows that we're kind of covering, plus like the challenge, and I just like to step away from it for a little bit.
Sure. No, Love is Blind season 6. I think it's the best season of Love is Blind yet. And wowzers, they are killing it. And House of Villains hit Peacock this week.
How do you know how that's been going on Peacock? Have you seen an uptick in any like mentions or whatever on social media, or have you gotten any of that? Oh yeah, it's gone.
Oh yeah. I'm getting. Are you really the greatest strategist in the history of reality television? Well, I mentioned every other confessional, so it must be true.
Yeah, that's right. You have that. It's what a week.
Yeah, and then next week we have the premiere of Survivor US season 46. I will be in New York because that's where I need to be, because Bryce and Wynn are having a party, and I have a graphic that I would love to show you if it allows me. Boom. Maybe. I'm doing an update on my computer, so everything is going very slowly.
Just a picture of you and your best friend, Jam.
No, that's the other picture. So it's February 28th. Go to @BryceandWynPresent. That's @BryceandWynPresent. It's the Ainsworth Midtown. It's next Wednesday. If you're waiting to get tickets, you're not going to get them. So go right now. Go to @BryceandWynPresent on their social medias. The link is there. Get your tickets now. We are this close to a sellout. They're predicting a sellout by before next Monday. I think it's going to happen Saturday. So today is Thursday. Get your tickets now if you're planning on being there. Let me see. I think I have the other screen that has all the amazing people are going to be there. Yeah, I guess it's a Twitter war. Who knew? Boom. Jonny Fairplay will be there. That's me. Cerie Fields. I love her. My second favorite Puerto Rican winner, Jam. Why does it say Yam Yam? Oh, is it spelled Yam? I don't know. I never bothered to learn. No, I'm kidding. I love Jam. Come on. But it's a Twitter war. Also from Survivor, Katura, Eliza, Victoria, Maddie, Dwight, Lindsay, Janine from Big Brother, Izzy, Jared, that's right, Cerie's son, Derek Frazier from the Amazing Race winners, Brooke and Greg. Also, Morgan will be there. Corey MacArthur from Squid Game. That's right. Squid Game, the challenge. Phil, Dash, Dan from Survivor Quebec, Martin, Joel, not sure, Sylvian, and from the Mole, Pranav, maybe, and from the Apprentice season 6, Jen Hoffman will be there, and tons of surprises we're not allowed to say. So I think you guys know what that means. Wink, wink. They're going to be there. So yeah, go to @BryceandWynPresent across your socials and get your tickets today. I'm telling you, folks, this one's going to be big. I'm not even doing my own party to be at this. It's that big.
That's a stacked cast.
Yeah.
Just people showing up. That's incredible.
Yes. So, and speaking of Jonny Fairplay viewing parties, it's happening. I am on tour. Tickets go on sale next week. March 27th, I'll be at Jax's Bar in Studio City, Los Angeles, California. Jonny Fairplay and King George are doing this tour. That's right. Your favorite Australian survivor, King George, Jonny Fairplay, touring the U.S. March 27th is Jax's Bar in L.A. May 1st is Protagonist Beer in Charlotte. Working on other dates in Durham, North Carolina, Cincinnati, Ohio, Chicago, Illinois. That's going to be a very intimate deal. I think only 30-some people are going to be allowed at that. So we're doing an exclusive King George and Jonny Fairplay Chicago t-shirt, free wine and beer and appetizers. It's a very, very intimate deal. Only 30 people.
That's exciting. All inclusive.
All
you don't
inclusive.
see many of those reality events.
No, I think in the history of ever, never. So yeah. So look for that at survivortix.com. That's survivortix.com. All right, let's talk episode 10 of Australian Survivor, Titans v Rebels. You know what? Before we get there, I got to mention this. JLP is the king of it doesn't matter what the tribe names are. It could be, blood versus water. It could be, champions, contenders. He typically doesn't care. It's red and blue. Come on in. Uh, he is stuck with Titans v Rebels.
He has. You're right. He hasn't gone down to the colors, because you see a lot of mention of Titans Rebels, or in this group of Titans they have a majority of old Rebels, and yeah, he's stuck to it. But my question for you before we get into the episodes was, when you started at the top of the podcast and you were saying about what a week, and you were talking about reality TV as a whole, I thought you were talking about just Titans versus Rebels. What was your opinion on this week? Because we did have a lot of twists this week.
Okay, so I know that some people have a problem with the non-elimination episodes. And in the history of Australian Survivor, I have found it peculiar that sometimes a lot of these non-elimination episodes occur when one of our favorites is close to elimination. Listen, at the end of the day, we're making a TV show here, folks. Not us, but people that make reality television shows. If that's where they happen to fall on and they happen to protect someone that's great TV, the only real winner is us, the viewers. I mean, this show is not happening without 2 non-elimination episodes, or 3, or however many. And I think so far we're on.
We've had 2 non-eliminations.
2 non-elimination. I don't think we're done. I think we're going to get a third.
Yeah.
But I also think we're going to get a double elimination coming up.
Okay, double elim. That makes sense.
Yeah, well, I mean, because we usually have 2 non-eliminators. We've already had them. But we typically have one towards the pointy end of the game, and so I think we're going to get one later, and then we're going to get a double, because it just makes sense to the number of people that we have and the number of episodes.
No, I can see that. That makes sense.
So, but so the first one, with the only 3 people get to vote because the writing was on the wall. We were probably gonna lose Ferris. Hey, what did we learn in Ferris Bueller? Save Ferris. I mean, they even created a band called Save Ferris, right?
Ferris had his idol, though. He wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, but if he burns his idol, he goes to the next. Anyway, I'm okay with that one. I thought it was the most exciting tribal council I've ever seen. We'll get there. The next one with Alex switching tribes, back-to-back twists. I don't love it, but I just love the season so much. I'll allow it.
I can understand that, allowing it, because of how good the season is. That was my biggest issue with it. It was it was back-to-back, because we know in Australian Survivor there's going to be these non-elim episodes, and that's because it's pretty much a contract sign that you're going to have a 24 episode season. Yeah. It's going to be there. There's nothing we can do about it. So that it doesn't bother me. I know they're coming.
You don't end with one, like the final episode just isn't just one person just walking around the island.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. Yeah. And there's 24 people.
So while sometimes it isn't always my favorite, it doesn't bother me, because I just know that's part of Australian Survivor. Yes. It always has been. It always will. That's perfectly fine. I just didn't love that we had 2 of the twist episodes back to back. That was my biggest issue, because going in through the first 2 days, I was like, did someone let Jeff Probst be the EVP for the week of this? Like, what's going on?
Well, once again, I think Ferris is one of our more dynamic characters, and I don't want him burning an idol just to to have to burn an idol. I want the war between Kirby and Ferris to continue. I love both players, so and I really don't want a winner and loser in this either.
Yeah, that's true. It is something that we need to see keep coming out, and it's going to be interesting to see between the 2 different wars going on, and now Val having her own third war. Yeah, where do those people all lie when merges next week?
Yeah. So no. So I said I get it, but we hear it every season like, oh, they have. Okay, well, guess what? That's not changing. We're gonna get the two non-elimination episodes. So we didn't get two non-elimination. We have had two so far, but not back to back. But we did have twists back to back. I understand the concern. However, at the end of the day, once again, the end game is making great TV. They made great TV.
Fair enough. That all makes sense.
And we kept the people that we needed to keep to continue to make great TV. I mean, okay, let's just say for argument's sake, Kelly doesn't go the twist, to go sabotage last week. And then we don't have the thing. Ferris burns his idol. Ferris is gone. Do we really need to be sitting here in 3 weeks talking about Scotty?
That Scotty versus Kitty battle that's looming.
Yes. So, I mean, God bless Raymond, but I mean, I don't. So, is Raymond still there?
He is still there.
So, you know what I have a problem with? Is Eden still there?
We haven't seen much of him.
Not like in the Eden edit.
No, he started out very strong, but he only had two, maybe 3 moments this entire week.
The coconut?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And I have it under good authority that he was responsible for a big move before that was his that he didn't get credit for.
Are you allowed to say what move that is?
No, because I don't know it.
Okay.
And there's no way I'm talking to Eden.
No, never.
Because they're not allowed to.
It's illegal.
Robert says Scotty who allegedly next season, or is it this season? Which season is it? Is it this season? I think it's next. There's supposedly a guy named Scotty on Australian Survivor. I think it's next season.
Scotty doesn't know.
Scotty doesn't know. Oh, there we go. What a callback. All right, episode 10.
Episode 10. So this picks us off right back up at Titan Beach after episode would have been 9. And it was the Garrick blindside. And so Ferris is still trying to figure out who voted for Garrick, what exactly happened there. And he's pissed at all the Titans.
Yes. And Eileen wants it known that she did not vote for Kirby. Just Kirby, if I could have 1 second of your time. Kirby, my name, it's Pegleg Eileen. I'm on the same tribe as Scotty. The one after Scotty. Yeah. No, I have the pictures with Ferris on Instagram. Nope, not the other one. Not his cousin. Me. Anyway,
that's Raymond.
that's Raymond. That's low budget Jonny Fairplay. It's fine. So yes, Eileen wants to know. I'm like, is this Eileen's breakout week?
Oh, it has to be. She's saved herself in back-to-back episodes.
And she's cute. She's getting that island hot edit, I think.
She's getting hotter as the season goes on.
Yeah. I think it's the outfits. I think she's becoming a little more comfortable in her own skin.
Good for her. I'm all for it.
Yeah, and we did have Raymond say that she needs Survivor because she has nothing. She has nothing in her life. And if you saw Raymond's social media, he did apologize for that statement. I was like, "Oh, Raymond, please, you can't take back confessionals."
No, double down. Come on.
Yeah, double down is just like I heard she's living in Box City right now.
We know she's the black sheep of the family.
Yeah, shots fired, Raymond. I mean, it didn't look like she was living in a squalor in her origin story episode.
She was doing just fine.
Yeah. All right.
Let's see. This is where it is our only Eden really moment of the week. It's day 21. Ree doesn't know where she sits with the tribe, and the rest of the tribe is drinking coconuts. And Eden says that it tastes like there's a party in his mouth. Everyone's invited.
I heard everyone's coming.
I bet everyone is.
Wow, Eden, who knew? All right. Gangbang King Eden. Wow, like they went with they went the cinema route with his origin story, not the not the glory hole route.
Well, where does his origin story really start? Maybe we don't go back the entire way. We just go back, like 10 years.
We know where everyone finishes. Thank you.
Yes.
Shout out to Eden.
So over at Titan Beach, we have that. And it's really, we're starting to see more of Caroline. Can she trust Ree? Is it better to go after Mark? More to come on that is building. And the other thing else we really have before the immunity challenge is I'm getting a little worried about Kirby here, and maybe it dies down as the week goes, but we are seeing a lot of cocky Kirby after the Garrick blindside, saying that she can't stop smiling. She has Ferris in the palm of her hand.
Yes.
Yeah, her hand.
I called it early. I felt a Moana edit, and I think we're seeing more. I do once again. I do feel this is Moana with a little more personality.
Mm-hmm.
So and yeah, I enjoy as a viewer seeing the confidence grow into cockiness. So because there's two outcomes, and I feel that they're both good television. The cockiness becomes your downfall, and there's an enjoyment by the viewer. It's just like you got what you deserve, or the cockiness is a red flag to yourself. This isn't the person that I came in to become, and you have that revelation to yourself, in which you course correct and you become an even more likable character than you even started.
Oh, as far as us, the viewers, it's two great outcomes. It's either she turns into this amazing player, potential winner, or she gets way too cocky and gets burned. Both are enjoyable TV.
Yeah. So I'm cool with either. Once again, I like Kirby, so I'm hoping we get, but how does Kirby versus Ferris end? So do we see, like, right now? I feel that Ferris is ridiculously likable. Does he get a little power? I mean, can you not see Ferris becoming confident to the point that he becomes cocky to the point that becomes his downfall?
Oh, you could see it happening for both of them.
Yeah. So I think we're set either way. It's the war I never knew I needed. So thank you both for just bringing it and having just those special skills that make you that special player that that we don't you don't get a Kirby and a Ferris every season, and to have both not only on the same season but on the same tribe and going into merge. This is Jonny Fairplay versus Rupert. This is what you want in reality television.
The fact that it's going into merge is great, because how they kept building this rivalry up, going back a week or two, my thought was, okay, they're going to, when they do a tribe swap, they're going to end up on opposite tribes, and they'll be building their armies to go after each other once merge comes.
We didn't.
Yeah, and then once they showed up on the same tribe, I was like, we're probably going to lose one of them prior to merge. The fact that they're both still there, it's incredible TV.
And voted together going into next week. We'll get there. Right. So it's a bit obvious to our castaways at this point going into this immunity challenge. They're like, whoa, you said immunity. The word is reward. Jonathan is pronounced reward, because we're out here for 50 days and we have nothing. So we do a reward challenge in which we get stuff, and then we have immunity.
Yes, and it threw them off because, they're like, why are we going straight to immunity? And even me looking at the TV, I was like, what is happening in this episode that we're already going to the immunity challenge?
I did not look, and I kind of and then once it's like, we're gonna do things. I was just like, that's why we didn't get a reward. And I'm just like, oh, I'm so good at this yet so bad.
Yeah. So for this immunity challenge, they're climbing over a cargo net. Once they get on the other side, collecting balls. Use your poles to transport the balls through a series of obstacles. and then shoot the balls into the net.
Yes. And there's no way that the new Titans can lose because they have such a ridiculous advantage.
Such a ridiculous advantage. They have such a huge lead, and no one really saw Jaden being the sharpshooter.
Yeah. So what is who was the one that couldn't go underneath? Was it Mark? No.
It was Mark was struggling to go underneath. Yeah. And they took such a long time, and then they eventually dropped when he was going through.
Oh, he went to the other side. He's a left first guy, not a right first guy.
Yeah.
So did you see Jaden got offered a WWE tryout?
I didn't, but that makes perfect sense.
He posted on his social media. I mean, people are always saying bloodline, with the Rock. I mean, because he's Maui and he has, the family history tattoo. So that's strong. I looked up his size. He's 245. Hold on. Geez, come on. Where is Jaden? So he was a rugby player before he was doing the strongman stuff.
Okay. I feel like that tracks.
Yeah. Reveals huge offer from WB. Okay, so it made the Australian news. So I told my friend at ProWrestling.net, he's just like, yeah, they don't like it when you reveal that. So he wasn't going to run with the story because he didn't want to get him in trouble. And I was like, yeah, well, it's on his social media, so someone's going to get it. Hold on.
Good for Jaden. That's.
He was made for that.
Yeah. He's been, especially, I think it's episode 11. It's him just solely being himself and a horrible Survivor player is incredibly entertaining.
Yeah. I think he's 6'2", which in wrestling is like 6'6", and 245 pounds, like not on the juice. So not that they're on the juice.
He's a big boy.
He's going to be a very big boy. So no, I hope it. You know what? It doesn't click with some. I mean, I've seen some of the just the blue chippers that should just be absolutely perfect for this. Never get it, and then I've seen guys that are just like, and then it's like they've been doing it their whole lives. So you never know.
Who knows? Hopefully, it works out for him.
So, but. He also posted on his social media. He does the pop shot at the barcades.
He hit 6 in a row.
That's his gimmick. So he did the punch thing, potentially broke a finger, and then still got the high score on the pop shot.
Now it's making a lot more sense.
Yes. So, I loved it. That was so good because there was literally no way they could win. I'm just like, are they going to win?
Yeah, they were up. I think it was. By the time that the Rebels were setting up their nets, it was already 3-0. And I think they hit their fourth before Jaden started shooting. Yeah. And then just bang, 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 bang.
But here's the beauty of a player like Eden. Eden is analyzing what the other tribe is doing right and wrong. And so it's not just, Papa Shot champion Jaden. It's Eden coordinating. Hey, when the balls come, close in, have your taller people at the back as a back. Like, that it was. There's a lot more method to the madness than just Papa Shot champion Jaden.
No, of course. That really was a whole tribe effort.
Yes. Well, led by Eden, which, based on the edit, you wouldn't know. I'm not liking this right now. I wasn't supposed to like Eden to begin with. And then I love this guy and I'm not seeing him. Stop it.
Yeah, it's weird that you'll see someone have such a big first week or even first 2 weeks and just to disappear.
Yeah. So, I don't get it. And as I said, a rumor and innuendo behind the scenes responsible for one of the big things that did happen like week 3 or whatever, and no credit and no airtime. So maybe the Eden story is yet to be told because I feel they did devote so much time in the beginning that they're not going to do that and then just stop.
No, I would think there has to be at least another big move from him, a last stand from Eden, something that puts him back in the spotlight at some point in either this week or next week.
So this is where Kelly is not great for the rest of the cast.
How so?
I think she steals airtime.
Okay, in that regards, I got you.
And it's not that she doesn't deserve it. I mean, like once again, I would put a Kelly on every season deemed necessary. Like if this cast wasn't as great as it was, Kelly's the glue that holds it together for the first half of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, they're not really doing a lot. We got a couple lazy days, whatever. Give us some Kelly clips.
The Twister.
The Twister. But I feel Eden is maybe a victim of Hurricane Kelly with airtime.
That makes sense. Especially, I mean, outside of last week, we really didn't see a ton of the new Rebel tribe. Like in this week. They have a little bit more time going into next episode, but that's really just centered around Mark.
Yeah. So no, we got it was the other tribe. It was just constant Team Kirby, Team Ferris, Hurricane Kelly.
Hurricane Kelly.
She's good TV.
She is. So Rebels win immunity. That means Titans, they're going back to Tribal Council. And this is where...
This is easy.
You think it would be easy. They have a plan that we can do a 3-3 split on Ferris and Eileen. That way if Ferris plays an idol, worst case scenario, we flush it. Best case scenario, he doesn't play it, and you get Ferris out.
There you go. I'm going to miss both of them, Ferris and Eileen, because nothing can go wrong. They have the numbers.
No, nothing. Nothing could go wrong.
But things are a little different this time.
Yeah, I do have. No. Scott and Kelly trying to convince Raymond to vote with them. No, he's not going to do that.
No.
You have the whole thing where Eileen she has the talk with like Valeria and Winna, and it's go see if you can find Ferris's idol. If you do see it, she'll put her hair down. She doesn't actually see it. She puts the hair down.
Yes. So and then to lock in the alliance at Tribal, they're just like, hey, just confirm you're with it. She's like, nope, I thought about it, and I'm just gonna stick with the sinking ship. And they're like, really? And she's like, yeah.
Well, she comes out swinging at Tribal. She's like, I'm disappointed in the old Rebels for not sticking together and getting rid of the Titans. Like, all right, that's one stance to take.
There you go.
Yeah, so you have a little bit back and forth. Valeria, we've seen a lot of her mouth at maybe coming back to bite her a little bit in this week. It didn't come back to bite her this week, but as her being my winner pick with how voicey she's getting at Tribal Councils, I'm like, ooh, I don't necessarily love you going at everyone. But she puts Ferris on blast, calling him out for poor leadership. And yeah, they kind of just snip back and forth at each other. And Ferris doesn't appreciate how Charles is going at him, and you can see there's definitely that tension there between Ferris and the OG Titans still in the tribe.
Yes. So, but there's a twist, and guess what? Only 3 people get to vote.
Yeah, someone will be going home tonight, but it's going to be your vote isn't guaranteed. You're going to have to earn your vote tonight, where only 3 people will be voting. They'll be competing in another challenge where you're building a frame out of blocks. Once you have your frame built, you need to land 3 sandbags to throw through your frame and land on a barrel. And Eileen just Rainmans this and gets it done ridiculously quick.
Yeah, Rainman Eileen is first. Next is Kirby, and it's like, oh boy. Well, this either goes one or 2 ways. The way it was originally planned for Ferris or Eileen to go home, or is Ferris going to do this? Ferris does it. This might be my favorite.
It was pretty good. I'll wait till we finish up because I want to, and once we get through it, talk about you saying this is one of your favorite, Tribal Councils potentially ever. I think I have a few different thoughts on it, but we can run through the rest of it. So the tables have turned. Ferris and Eileen are going to hold all the power. And this is where Winna decides, he says, I have an idol. He's going to try to get all the votes piled on him, which I guess works to a degree because he gets one, but I thought he made it a little too obvious coming out of nowhere, just being like, "No, I'll never work with you, Ferris, ever." Ever, just in case you didn't hear it the first time.
Okay, well, being an actor and being a TikTok actor, two different things. Most of his acting is comprised of him with a bucket over his head and a smiley face. So this was right on par with that. No, I like pardon me. I would like to think that I would think, split the vote because, if you split the vote, there's a revote and then, you still have the numbers. And I want to give Eileen credit for this, but Ferris has got to know that too, right? We see a little, I mean, the conversation between the two of them could have been 25 minutes. I mean, the show's edited.
So I did see them going back and forth a little bit on Twitter, and I think Eileen said credit to Ferris because he was the one that came up with splitting the votes.
Oh, wow.
And Ferris did try to rebut it a little bit. He said, no, that was our vote. That wasn't mine. Like, that was our plan.
Okay.
So,
wow.
Eileen seemed to give the credit. Yeah.
Ferris does compare himself to King George. King George is figuring this out.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So the problem would be like, I wake up and the first thing because I don't want it spoiled. So I wake up, I stay off my social media and I'm watching this, at like 7 a.m. My brain's not worried. I feel at 7 p.m. I'm figuring out a split vote.
I just don't. I think there's so many people that they're put in that position. I agree. The great players are going to think of this split knowing, hey, we can, just in case of an idol, we can dictate what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I even think a lot of good players wouldn't think about it. It would be more one-track mind of, we have the numbers. What does it matter? Let's just do this.
Yeah. Ooh. That would not have been fun to watch.
If Raymond just randomly went out here?
Yeah. I would not have. I don't want Raymond to go anywhere.
Yeah, it was very well played on their part. Especially
Sean LeCompte says, sitting at home, I figured out the split vote. Okay, what time did you watch the episode, Sean LeCompte? Did you watch the episode at 7 a.m. and not even finish your first cup of coffee?
We'll wait for that response. No,
let's just not talk and wait. It'll be so much better. Everyone. 2:30 p.m. See, 2:30 p.m. Sean, your brain's working at 2:30 p.m. Sean, you ain't got a job, brother. You just it's Monday. Might as well call in dead to work and check out Australian Survivor at 2:30 p.m. Look at you. Must be nice. Oh yeah, I got those files. Should be in your email. Check your spam. I'll double check on this. Government employee. Yeah, there we go. Our tax dollars at work. Sean LeCompte watching Australian Survivor. Yep.
It does make sense from this of why we really didn't know
why our country is where it is. Yes, it's Sean LeCompte answered all those questions.
No, I was going to say why we really didn't see almost anything from Charles all season. Because he wasn't part of the middle-aged mafia, but he wasn't a part of that Nathan, Jaden, Frankie side of things. We really had no idea where he was at. And now it makes a lot more sense that he goes out like this. I think the editors just put their hands up and were like, I don't know. He's here.
Okay.
Slightly more airtime than Scotty, but not by a lot.
He seems like a very nice gentleman. Oh, Canadian tech. Oh, God. Yeah. Don't even get me started. Canada tax dollars. Yeah. So, and Charles seems very nice. If only he were allowed to have come to my Melbourne party, he would have been really cool in real life and really fun to chat with for like an hour or two or three.
Next time.
If only he were allowed. Sorry, my contact's bothering me. And there's no way he was with others.
So at the end of this, Charles goes, and you think, for you, this is up there, one of the best tribal councils ever?
Ever. Yep.
Okay.
Loved it.
I thought it was really good. For me, I thought it was very similar to Heroes vs. Villains, where we didn't see you have to earn your vote, but there was a challenge where only one person could get individual immunity, which Simon won. And we had all this build up and we saw this great move. And I'm not taking away anything from the move because it was brilliant. But I think for it to really stick home, it has to take someone out impactful. And like last season, it was like, okay, it was really great, but it took out Frazier.
Yeah.
In this season, it was really good. I can respect and appreciate all of it, but it took out Charles. So sure, that's fine. But
Charles and Frazier.
Oh, they're comparable.
Very.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought they were the same person until I didn't meet Charles at the Melbourne.
Yeah.
And New York Post said that the Frazier episode, it was the best episode of reality television in 2023.
They did say that. I just got a lot of flashbacks from that episode, that there are a lot of the same similarities. Not saying there was a bad episode by any means. That was just immediately where I thought was, okay, we've seen something just like this before.
Okay. Well,
still very good.
I liked it then. I liked it again.
Yeah. No, still very good. I don't think I put it in, a top 5 tribals, but top 10, top 15, sure.
Well, I can't remember back. Honestly, the only tribals I remember are the one I was drunk, and I don't really remember it. Adam Klein trying to play the podium, and this. So, of the 3, it's the best one. That's why you're a Survivor expert.
Why do we have to do the weird air quotes?
Oh, no one's watching. Just listening. You just outed yourself with the air quotes.
So Charles is gone. Move to episode 11. We start out on Rebel Beach, and in the words of Alex, he says, I don't think Jaden really knows what he's doing here. He's just here hanging out on holiday, which will prove to be very true that Jaden has no idea what he's doing as this episode goes on.
Yeah. So, and he too mentions that he is just there on holiday and has no idea. He mentions at the beginning of the episode and at the end, right before Tribal.
He says he's like, I'm feeling pretty safe. He's like, people just come up and tell me at the last minute who to vote for. And the issue that we ran into this episode, which Jaden was told like 3 different names, and that was way too much for his brain to figure out.
I think 2 were too many.
So that was a brief glimpse. Moving over to Titan Beach, Valeria says that last night's tribal was traumatizing, but she's happy that Kirby still voted with them. And saying
she's also happy that she has her hair dryer and curlers. Okay. I'm not saying that Valeria brought a glam squad with her, but how does Valeria's hair look better than anyone's hair in the history of Survivor on day 20?
No idea. I think we're day 23, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it literally looks as though she has curlers, a hair dryer, and like a $40 hairbrush.
Shut up. They can keep giving it to her if they want.
Right? I mean, I don't need Valeria with dreadlocks. Okay. That's not cute. That's what my fiance would say. That's not cute. But my fiance is also remarking, hey, why does her hair look so good?
It's just that, I don't know, some type of secret Russian recipe.
Okay.
Could
Russians with their secrets.
They have tons of them.
Okay. Jeez. Dan said it. I didn't.
But Valeria says she's immune from Ferris's charm and that she can never trust Eileen, which ends Eileen's shortest stint as double agent.
Yes. Double agent mission over.
We go back to Rebel Beach, and Eden he's playing a nice game of charades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would imagine that Eden might be the best person ever, best charade player in the history of charade playing.
I don't know who tops him. I don't know many people that play charades, but yeah.
Well, a lot
I
of
think
people
Eden
top him if if there's a party in his mouth. I mean, by definition.
Above his charades level.
Oh yeah, no, totally different. Yeah, no, I mean like his wingspan, he's drawing you in, because when people play charades, I'm always like half paying attention because I really don't. I feel like I hate the game of charades.
Well, I've only played a few times, but the people that are into charades are really into charades where they have all like symbol sounds like I don't know what any of that means.
Like he's trying to get a vein for heroin. Like I'm just like, what are you doing? But he's so long. Like as I said, the wingspan, it draws you in.
It does. It certainly does.
I feel like the best charades player ever. He might not be getting the edit he wants, but if there's if they do like win, lose, or draw or whatever in Australia, he's a shoe-in.
He's at least in this. So this is at least back-to-back episodes where he's getting some type of fun moment.
Yeah.
Sure, it isn't the edit that he wants, maybe even that he deserves. Who knows? But the answer to that is
shots fired, Dan.
I said, who knows? In his mind, maybe it's not the one that he deserves.
I don't know.
But he's at least still getting these moments where others aren't.
Yeah. Well, it's not like he's up all night crying. Actually, I take that back. Maybe his child is up all night crying, and as a result, he is up all night, but not crying, but maybe crying over lack of sleep and edit and Dan's comments on the podcast.
Well, this is where he does say that he's in bed with Caroline, but not in that way. But
whoa!
He's his words, not mine.
He's into older women. I see. Smart.
But he feels like he has a good
relationship. Ever been with a young girl, Dan?
Ever been with a young girl?
Yeah.
I feel like this is a setup.
Come on in. Would you like a cookie?
Easy, Chris Hansen. Have I been with someone younger than myself? Yes.
Okay. So, have you been with an older?
Yes.
What do you prefer?
Probably older.
Wow, look at you.
But it all depends. It depends on the person.
So mommy issues. All right, cool.
No, mommy. No. All right.
Hey, Eden has them too. He's with Caroline. It's fine.
Well, you were pinholing me into either mommy issues or pedophile. So we're going to go mommy issues there.
There's one guy into pinholing, and his name is Eden. Also, Matt Bischoff. Oh, they should hang out.
Best of friends. Hey, they would play a great game of charades.
Yeah, is that what they call it? Charades. Why am I doing the air quotes again? I come here to stand up for Eden, and I'm just destroying him. Oh, sorry, Raymond. You should be getting this abuse, not Eden.
Well, it's been a few episodes since you tried to take his boxers off through his sweatpants, so
it's true.
No crank comments yet. I didn't think we'd make it this long. So after all of Eden here, Mark says it feels good to be back with the middle-aged mafia. Little does he know, Caroline and Kitty don't necessarily feel the same way, and they're starting to think that I guess in their conversation, it's better to keep Ree than Alex. But Kitty and Caroline have conversations where they think it would be better to get rid of Mark with Ree because that way they can control the narrative for the Viola vote and try to kind of not piss off Valeria, I'm guessing.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts here. I mean, like with Ree, you get Kirby. So, but like this whole Valeria situation is going to be a problem. And I feel what alliance Valeria brings with her to Mock controls the second half of this game.
Well, this
I
one,
feel
you'd have
Valeria.
to think that it's with Kirby and maybe potentially for Ferris right off the bat for a vote or two.
I don't know. I didn't. I mean, as I said, we've talked this entire season, like, these 4 huge players: Mock, Caroline, Ferris, Kirby. The X factor is Valeria.
Yeah, I think she's going to determine a lot.
Yeah,
as long as she's in the game, which
so
hopefully for a
that
while.
throwaway line that that her and Viola, like, that's her number one. There's her, it's just like, oh, is she going to turn on her later? No, that's the impetus for the second half of the game and the direction it goes.
I could see her having a pretty big edit moving forward for as long as she's in the game.
Just give her Dyson hair dryer. She's fine.
A little bit of electricity out there never hurt anyone.
How are you going to power the CPAP machine?
Got nothing.
All right. All right. Next.
All right. Next. So immunity challenge. So for this one, this is another Eileen saves herself again. You're going to hold onto a rope while standing on a ramp at regular intervals. You're going to go further up to make it steeper and harder. You also lose footholds the further you go up.
Yeah.
Last try with someone standing wins immunity.
Eileen wins.
Ferris got to take a nap. That was pretty cool for him.
He was pretty excited.
He sat out of the challenge. Yeah.
Yes. So I like it. He's like, all right, go in. He
puts the straw hat over his face just to block the sun.
Ferris understands that where these moments of comedy are needed and necessary. Yeah.
So Eileen wins. Titans win.
Yeah.
Don't need to talk about this challenge.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a wooden tent.
Yeah. So we have pretty much mass scramble from here on out because Caroline, Kitty, and Eden, they're telling Mark that we're going to split the vote between Rhea and Alex. Alex is ultimately going to be the one that goes. And then they're also having that conversation with Rhea saying, we're going to flip it on Mark. And it's pretty much just mass chaos from here on out.
Well, I mean, those are the 2 things that are going to happen. The only wrench in the plan is Mark has decided that if he's not looking for idols or treasure boxes, he's just going to walk in on every conversation at like the Seinfeld episode.
The Seidler.
Seidler, yeah. He was doing a lot of sidling. Eden would appreciate that and would possibly say it in a confessional, but we didn't get it. So yeah, lots of sidling by Mark, and we don't hear confessional in which Mark says he's scrambling, and he may not be scrambling. However, the player in me, when you are this much nervous, you do include yourself in a few more conversations than you typically do.
Well, and he's picking up on stuff because they're going through and the story's changing of, no, you were supposed to vote for Rhea, not Alex. Why? That doesn't seem right.
Yeah. And Caroline's like, it doesn't really matter. He goes, yeah, it does matter. And the fact that you say it doesn't matter, that matters to me, you saying that. But we don't get the confessional of him questioning Caroline and the rest of the middle-aged mafia.
I don't think this is something that we see too often in Survivor where it goes to a success. We've seen people before where they're getting in every conversation and it's with the negative connotation of being like, oh, this person's so annoying. But I feel like I can't remember another time where we've seen it where they're doing it and it's really saving themselves because it's thrown off the entire plan because the rest of the group hasn't been able to meet by themselves and lock down exactly what they're doing.
Yeah. So, and as a result, Jared goes in trouble council going, I have no idea who's going home. I was like, God bless you, Jared.
Or Jaden. Sorry. I have it all going through every time they're going back and talking to him. I was surprised it went the way that it did because all through my notes, I was like, this is where Jaden screws it up. Oh, wait, nope. Now he's even more confused. This is definitely where he screws it up.
Yeah.
And he has no idea who he's voting for. I think up until I can only imagine whoever voted before him also wrote out, the second parchment. It was like, Jaden, this one's for you.
Yes. And I love Mark sitting beside Jaden because, like, if there is any time that Caroline does not need Mark beside Jaden, this is it. And he's just like, so what's the plan? He's like, the plan that he goes, Yeah, see, the problem with that plan is it's you, so I don't think you have the name I need.
He has no idea who he's supposed to vote for. None whatsoever.
So no, seat placement is ideal here. But don't worry, even though Jonathan has long sleeves that are rolled up to appear to be short sleeves, they're still long sleeves indeed, because he has something up his sleeve in spite of Eden's request, and they're going to do things a little different.
Of course, tonight is a little bit different. You're not voting someone home out. Instead, you're going to vote someone. Well, I guess you're voting, and whoever gets vote in the urns is then being nominated for a rock draw. The rock draw, one person is going over to to the Titan side.
Yes. So I'm a little worried here that Ree is going, because if Ree goes, I do feel we see the end of the Ferris Kirby war pre-merge, and I just want more of it.
Mm-hmm.
So because it's funny, like people are just like, "Are you Team Kirby or you Team Ferris?" I'm like, "I'm Team Good TV."
As they both need to stick around.
Yes. So, and as I said, we'll and I don't feel that either one of them are done telling their story of what they become as a Survivor player yet, and I want to see all the chapters of that story for each of them.
Mm-hmm. I completely agree. We see whispers start to break up or start to break out. Caroline stands up, goes, and says, "We all need to pile on Alex because he has no friends." Alex is nervous because he doesn't want to go back to where Kelly is.
Smart. Guess what? It's Alex. He's going back. Well, actually, he's becoming a Titan for the first time.
Titan for the first time, because Ree did it was 4 votes Ree, 3 votes Alex, but it didn't matter. Alex is going. Yep.
Yes.
So episode 12, they wake up the next morning. Alex is at camp, and Ferris is just excited to see that Alex and Kelly dynamic back again.
We're all here for it. And Kirby smiles for two things: the possibility of Ferris going home, and anything involving Kelly and Alex combined.
It's his next thing you see is Kelly approaches Alex, and she says she wants to resolve the internal conflict between the two, and then she continues to talk his ear off.
Yes. Which is the impetus for the conflict between the two. Yeah. But wait, there's more.
It is Kelly's son's 18th birthday.
Yes,
and her dog's first birthday.
It's Bob's first birthday.
Yeah.
Bob has been doing the interview circuit.
So, she's got a lot to go on. And so she's making all these designs in the sand. They're going out and they're throwing sand into the ocean, and everyone is trying not to laugh.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know I needed Happy Birthday on Survivor, and good thing it's public domain. They didn't have to pay a copyright. I loved it.
It was pretty good, especially because she did like keep it going, and it's like no, like Kelly, like we sung the song like we're done.
So have you caught Kelly's Rebel Yell song?
I have seen that.
Yeah. So did you watch the full reel or just the story?
I think I saw about 2 minutes of it. I didn't watch the.
Oh, it goes a solid 4.
I saw it went for almost 5, and I was like, I got 2. Like,
yeah, the last minute it really falls apart. I know the first 3 minutes are pretty tight. Yeah, it really. We're off the track on minute 4. Because not all lines have to rhyme.
Don't tell Kelly that.
Apparently she knew that information.
Oh, she knew. Okay, all right.
But typically in songwriting,
it was something. I saw it pop up. I thought it was a joke that someone else made. I didn't realize for the longest time that no, she actually did that.
Yeah, you're not gonna believe this, but she's not a trained singer.
No.
Yeah.
I thought that went hand in hand with psychology.
And there's no way in Brisbane that she sang it a cappella.
It sounds so rough.
The request was made, hypothetically, the request was made by Kelly. And everyone's like, no. Hypothetically, because she wasn't there, right? But hypothetically.
So in this scenario, the request was made, but she was hypothetically was the one that requested it.
Yes.
Okay.
And everyone said, absolutely not. And I said, I am absolutely not leaving unless this happens. And it is filmed. and it happened, and it was filmed. Hypothetically.
I just acapellaed it, huh?
She goes, well, I can't sing the whole thing, hypothetically, because there's spoilers. And I was like, well, just sing the part you can. She was like, it's only about 2 or 3 verses. I'm like, that's more than enough.
Damn, so you're saying the entire song's more than 2 or 3 verses? Like, Kelly, no.
Yeah. So, yep.
Parody songs normally don't go the full length. Generally they're shortened, condensed. You know what?
I'm gonna, if I hypothetically, if I were to talk to her, I'm gonna let her know that might be some valuable information here in the TikTok world.
Yeah, just that way, she can just put more out there.
Yeah. So 5 minutes or 4+ minutes is not ideal for a parody song.
For parody, no. I feel like your 2:30 is probably that sweet spot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, noted. That's what time it is now.
Kelly continues to kind of go off the deep end because it is her son's birthday and she's not going to be pushed around, and she's not getting rid of Raymond.
Okay. I don't want to get rid of Raymond. I'm with Kelly. This is Kelly's episode from start to finish.
Would you not want to get rid of Raymond enough to blow up your own game?
Oh, well, if I'm Kelly, I'm getting rid of Raymond. I'm not Kelly.
Well, I mean, of course she doesn't want to get rid of him. He's done some valuable idol searching for him this entire episode.
This man, like, he's like a trained drug dog. No, I take that back. Let me correct this. Raymond's like a trained drug dog at the airport, in which they're not smelling for drugs, they're smelling for bombs. So Kelly goes, "Hey, can you sniff out idols?" And Raymond says, "Yes." She goes, "Go get it, boy." And Raymond goes, when I said idols, I meant crayons. And I am going to sit down because I have sniffed out all the crayons on this island and there are no more. They're all in my belly. Here's the poop. Why does Raymond walk around with crayon poop?
Hypothetically, that should have been something he could have asked him.
Hypothetically. Oh, my God. Hypothetically. He was not allowed to come to my Melbourne show, right? Hypothetically, he didn't shave his head and grow a beard. Hypothetically, inside information here, rumor and innuendo, strictly. Raymond not only chews on crayons, he also likes chewing on Sharpies, and that it was not, in fact, not a beard. It was just Sharpie residue from chewing on Sharpies around his mouth.
Jesus.
Rumor and innuendo. Who's to say?
Who knows what's true?
Yeah.
No, Kelly's getting to the point where she's even driving Kirby nuts, and Kirby says, like, Kel, like, I like her as a person, but not as a player in this game. So she's definitely she's going off the deep end. We're going to go to the reward challenge, and if we haven't had enough of it this week, we're going to have another. Today's going to be a little bit different.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to have a choice to make. You can either go down the path and have, food and refreshments. There's enough for everyone. You can go and sit, or you can choose to pick a scroll. So forgo the food and drink, pick up a scroll, and the scroll will tell you precisely where an idol's at back at camp.
Yeah.
But for each camp, it's all the same clue. So there's only one back there.
Yes.
And it's what we have. Eileen, Ferris, and Alex take the scroll for the Titans, and then Ree, Mark, and Eden take it for the Rebels.
Now, do you feel Ree really needed it? I think Ree just fucked it up for Mark.
Maybe, but also I could see being somewhat worried because they had plans to go get Mark, but you're seeing Caroline and Kitty kind of flip a little bit back and forth. That Ree's always going to be the easy vote.
I would have preferred just Eden and Mark go. Mark get the idol. I mean, sorry, Eden get the idol and see how it plays out. I think that would have been better television.
That would have been good. I mean,
what do you think Eden does?
What Eden does? I think at that point, he's trying to use the idol to leverage to keep Mark there because he still wants to work with Mark.
I don't know. We don't know that. Is the invisible hand still a thing or not? It seems like Mark thinks that the middle-aged mafia is still a thing, and it doesn't appear as though it is, to the extent that it includes Mark.
Yeah, that's tough.
I don't know what happens. We need more Eden, and we need a Ree not there so that we know what's happening with Eden.
And plus, that also gives both of them time that if they're not on the same page, that they can potentially get back on the same page.
We need the invisible hand had their own music and everything.
Because it's easy enough for them to have the
score, but it still.
It's easy enough for them to sit back down and for him to say, hey, like, I was never going after you. It was Caroline because I know she came up with the viola blindside. So we're still good if we can get back on the same page.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ree just ruins all this. I'm not a big Ree fan. I mean, I don't dislike her. I just don't like her.
She's slightly above Scotty for me. So
yeah,
I'll see where she's at. I at least know she's there. And every time that they pan on him, being like, Raymond looks different.
I know. Yeah. What happened to Raymond? Oh, it's that other guy that's supposedly on this season. It's not Raymond. That's not Wish Jonny Fairplay or was it Timu?
Timu. Yeah.
Timu Jonny Fairplay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Timu. Shots fired.
And on the other side, we have Ferris being able to find the idol almost immediately, while Alex and Eileen just can't figure it out for the life of them.
Well, don't worry. He's not going to grab it, and he's going to make us and sit back and enjoy the ride while Alex takes 3 hours.
Like when it gets to the point of telling him, oh, you should look right here. Alex, I think this would be a good this crease right here on the tarp.
This area, like in The Jerk, you win a prize. The area from like this section right here. These prizes: the thimble or the eraser. These two.
Yeah, Alex.
I didn't expect a Jerk reference today.
I did not.
Eden's loving that.
Eden loved it. And then from Alex, he feels all amped up, saying he feels like Thanos. He has the Power Stone, and maybe he'll just collect 5 more idols. I was like, well, not a chance of hell of that. But
yeah. Okay. Be happy to be the Golden God Iron Man with the dual laser beams. Yeah. Alex will never be our Thanos. I do like Alex. Have you seen Alex's girl on Instagram?
I have.
He outkicked his coverage.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex, like people go, Jonny Fairplay. I did press for Latin America before we went live here. And they're just like, Jonny Fairplay, you didn't win Survivor. I'm just like, have you seen my fiance? I'm pretty sure I did.
Yeah, you really can't make too many arguments against that.
Well, I think Alex won Survivor too. I don't know if he wins Titan v Rebels, but good on you, Alex.
Yeah, it's just like the challenge. It's Nerys and Horacio. They're 2 beautiful people. They didn't win the season. Sorry, spoiler. It aired last night. As long
as you say spoiler after, it's fine. Yeah. That's how I do it.
Well, it at least aired,
Okay. Sure. Okay.
And so the only 2 things we really see back at where everyone else is eating food is Kitty is the one that finally tells Val this is what happened with Viola. Surprisingly tells her the entire truth after Caroline was
kind of glossed over a little bit.
Yeah.
How's Mock? He's fine. What about Viola? He was sad. That's it. That's pretty much everything.
That's everything that happened.
And then Kitty goes, here's everything. And Caroline's like, I'm killing you.
Yeah, so it's that conversation right there that's setting the stage for going into next week. And then the other is here's Kelly. Kelly's having a conversation with Kitty as well, saying that, well, her only real alliance is Kirby, who's with Scotty, but she's not really with Kirby anymore because Kirby is now protecting the OG Titans. And so if she goes, like, Kirby's gunning for you. She's very smart.
Yes.
So just throwing the only person that went out on a ledge for her all season. Just go ahead. Just
her game is very
more.
comparable to Sugar's.
Between the two, I think Sugar's game looks complex compared to Kelly's.
It's just spelled different.
Sugar at least made it to the end and was on the right side of all the votes. Kelly was there.
Okay. Sure.
But I get where you're going with that.
Did Sugar have an episode? Well, she had a shack named after her. We had the Sugar Shack. But I feel like this was the Hurricane Kelly episode from start to finish.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You have the start with the annoyance of Alex.
Yeah.
Then everything with the birthdays and all the blow-ups that have come up afterwards.
Are we sure that Bob's birthday is really the same day as her son's birthday?
I'm betting no, but
okay.
No, what do I know?
All right. I'm still on the fence if she's a psychiatrist or a psychologist or whatever. I'm not sure.
Apparently, I still stick with my previous statement that we made a few weeks ago. Was I think she's just there just because you go into therapy and you have the 30-minute conversation with Kelly. Oh, I'm good. Like, I actually have things a lot more figured out than
wow. What I thought. Man, I thank you.
Yeah. Really needed that.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, that's pretty much, that takes us right to the immunity challenge. For this immunity challenge, it's race to collect 3 balls and land them in a goal while members from the other tribes try and stop you. First 1 to 3 wins, and it's a slaughter.
Have you seen Jaden? Because he can hold 3 people at one time.
Just this way, that round of going up and being like, all right, Winner's going to be a little bit faster. Raymond's going to be slower. I'll go grab Winner, and then Raymond will eventually make his way towards me. And I'll just hug them both for 30 seconds while Mark goes and puts the balls in the net.
Mock the Dolphin is back at it. So keep it up. Did you see the picture of me and Mark on his social media?
I did see that.
Wow. It's almost like I met him.
Hypothetically.
This guy.
It's a good Photoshop.
Yes. Well, in case you're wondering how he could post something like that. Diplomatic immunity. It's fine.
Diplomatic immunity.
He's a diplomat. So it's okay. It's not a survivor picture.
It's just 2 friends hanging out.
It's a diplomat and a House of Villain person.
That's all. Okay. Nothing to see here. Keep it moving. Move along.
Yeah. Thanks. All right. Can I post my Kelly picture now?
Go for it.
I feel like I can. She's off the island. Well, we're not there yet. She's off the island in 4 minutes when we finish this podcast.
Yeah, almost there. Yeah, Rebels win 3-0 because Mark dominates swimming, Jaden holds him down, and Kitty pretty much bitch smacked Eileen. And
yes.
So we go back to Titan Beach, and finally it seems like they're all getting
slap, not bitch smack. It's Smack My Bitch Up is the song, but I think it's bitch slap is what Kitty did.
You're right.
Okay.
You're right. I apologize.
All right. Well, I mean, Survivor expert.
Sorry. Terminology on bitch slap was just a little bit off.
You're not a bitch expert, apparently.
I never claimed to be.
All
right. Seems like everyone's on the same page that we're going to get rid of Kelly here, but this is where Kirby starts thinking after a little bit of how can she flush both idols. And so the whole plan is create enough paranoia to try to get both Alex and Ferris to play their idols and still vote Kelly out.
Yeah.
Seems like it was going to work for a while. This is where we do see Ferris starting to get paranoid. Kelly, God knows what she's doing, running back and forth between having some conversations and then going to Raymond being like, have you found my idol yet?
Yeah, he has not found Kelly's idol yet, in spite of not moving 1 inch.
But the best is the one time, because other times he kind of walks around, then he'll stand there. But the first time that it goes to him, he waits till she walks around. Yeah, he finds a nice rock and sits down.
He literally waits for her out of eyesight and just sits. And he is like, all right. I don't even think he looks where he's sitting.
No, he's just sitting down.
Just dreaming of crayons and Sharpies. Sharpies are permanent, Raymond. Be careful.
Do some damage.
Yeah. You got that Hulk Hogan beard now. He looks like Raymond went NWO. He's Hollywood Raymond.
Good for Raymond.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much all that's the rest is Alex and Ferris. They're talking about should they play their idols. There's conversations that are happening where Scotty's going and talking to Ferris to try to just keep the paranoia up of what will eventually happen.
Do not try to convince me there's a guy named Scotty on this season of Survivor. I'm not buying it, Dan. Don't use your expertise to try to convince me there's a guy named Scotty. All right.
No. He's the archer. Nah, just kidding.
All right. Stop. All right. Tribal. What can go wrong? Oh, nothing. Everything goes as planned.
Nothing could go wrong. It was Kirby's even really trying to dig into Ferris, being like everyone with an idol has a target on their back. And she said the reason why she ate was because all idols put targets on their back and she didn't want that. And really, I think where it went off to, okay, everyone's getting rid of Kelly is when Val went right after her and was just like, no, you're an idiot. This is what you were doing. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
You don't understand the word strategy. You just don't.
I think Valeria hit her Kelly limit. Like I feel like there was like an alarm that sounded that was going to sound when Valeria had hit her limit, and like it was all alarms were sounding. It was nuclear disaster. It was this. I can accept no more. We're done. I'm done. All the votes are going on Kelly. I don't care what Kirby's plan is. Please, if you guys screw this up, I cannot take one more. Alex, you think you're done? I'm extra done.
Well, meanwhile, Alex is just happy that someone else is getting into it with Kelly.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not just me. Like, finally, someone else is at their limit.
Yes. So the votes are in. It's a unanimous decision.
Even her good buddy Raymond.
Yeah, with the exception of what Kelly voted. Did she vote Winna?
She voted Winna, and my favorite is her words that she gives. She says that, where is it? I have it here. That Winna needs someone who's older and wiser to teach him how to play the game with strategy.
Spoken like a true strategist. And psychiatrist or psychologist. So, well,
she's just a meerkat, you know?
Yes. Well, we're not done yet because you have to have your torch snuffed. So before the torch snuffing, Kelly has a speech, and Jonathan says, "That's great. Grab your torch." And she reveals, you're not gonna believe this, folks. She is a psychiatrist, right?
Yeah.
Or is it psychologist? It's one.
Psychologist.
Psychologist.
No, yeah, psychologist.
Okay. No one can believe it. Quotation marks for those of you listening, not watching. Was this a big reveal?
No. I mean, you get blank looks from everyone except for Ferris, who has a little smirk on his face, and Alex is just like, "You got to be shitting me!" Like, she talks to people all the time like this.
It was like I think in her mind the reveal was like, "I mind fucked all of you," and they're like, "The fact that you're employed, yeah, it's a mind."
That was the biggest mystery, that she's been doing it for this long. Like, how?
Yeah. So no, like Eden had on Twitter, like this is the biggest occupation shocker in the history of Survivor since Sherry admitted that she ran a bunch of Annie's pretzels. It's like, all right.
Sweet.
So, but you don't actually go there. You just own them, and part-time high school students work there. Got it. Like, it was just as climactic.
It's no, everyone was. I think they were more confused than anything.
I think they were confused.
How did you get through that many years of school?
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Like, yeah, but I don't like. I feel what the reveal meant to her was not what it meant to the others.
Oh, 100%. It definitely
Okay.
meant something more to her than what it did then.
Yeah. So, and then Kelly proceeds to walk the wrong way because there's only one way to go. But she's like, "Oh no, there's a production tent over there with big red X's saying don't come this way. Oh, don't go that way. Okay."
JLP is like left, left at the arrow, like where the torch is.
Follow the torches. No, there's a production guy right there doing this.
He's saying, "Come towards me."
He's holding up a gun now. Oh, God bless you, Kelly. I would put you on every season that doesn't need you. I think that would.
That's the best way to put it.
Yes.
She adds that level of entertainment.
Yeah.
And just the unpredictability, because it's someone that, okay, you can try to work with Kelly for so long, but eventually she's just going to go rogue.
I think we got the perfect amount of Kelly.
Agreed. Especially how it worked out where we had a lot of Kelly week 1. It kind of dipped down more in week 2. It ramped back up a little bit in week 3, and that was the end. I think that's the perfect timeline for her.
Yeah. Okay.
More time for Scotty.
Oh, yeah. There's no Scotty on this season. All right. With that, where can everybody find you on the socials, Dan?
Find me at Montchal4. And for that spoiler alert for the challenge, Alex Trias and I will be talking about the final part 2 of the challenge, Battle for a New Champion 39, tomorrow afternoon.
Okay. And I'm at Jonny Fairplay, JonnyFairplay.com on all the social, or JonnyFairplay.com for everything. Get yourself Cameo, cameo.com/JonnyFairplay. Check my socials. I'm doing a trip across. I'm doing a trip somewhere on the other side of the world, and I have on my Instagram and stuff where you can fill out a 2-minute survey to tell me where you think I should go, and if you want to go, come with me. So check my socials, click the link. It literally takes less. It says 2 minutes. It takes about a minute. I guess some people can't read. I don't know. It's a very quick survey. Fill that out. Go on a trip with me next year. I think it's or maybe even at the end of this year. Who knows? So, but yeah, check that out. And that is up there. Also, join me in New York at the Ainsworth Midtown. Me, Bryce, Wendell, Jam, and more. Sari, oh my God, she's my favorite. We're all going to be in New York for the premiere. And then King George and I doing the U.S. tour. We're going to have L.A., Chicago, Durham, North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, maybe Myrtle Beach, Cincinnati, Fort Wayne, Indiana, and more. Go to survivortix.com. They should start loading sometime, maybe tomorrow, maybe the beginning of next week. Yeah, get your tickets. I believe the first one is March 27th at Jax's Studio in Los Angeles. Super excited about that. Me and King George. What a duo.
Are you guys just rooming together for like 3 months?
We are not. We're not even sharing a hotel room.
Because I mean, if you're doing every week, there's no way he's going back to Australia.
Yeah, no, no. I do. You've been to my basement.
Yeah.
Seen the shackles and stuff.
Yes.
George is excited.
I'm sure he is.
Eden. Oh my God.
Oh, he's bringing Eden with him?
No, he's not.
The party in his mouth?
They're all coming.
Everyone's
So,
invited.
I tried my boomerang. Robert said, "Have you tried?" I did. I'm making I'm working on a TikTok of the boomerang. It doesn't work. So there you go. Have you ever thrown a boomerang, Dan?
I think I did like one of the cheap toy ones as a child, but that's
Oh no, this is a professional boomerang.
yeah, never thrown a professional boomerang.
Yeah, they don't work. It's a gimmick. Gimmicks, 100% cotton, available at johnnyfairplay.com or fairplayshirts.com. One of those. Anyway, so yeah. All right. With that, thank you, everyone. Get tickets. I'll see you soon. We love you. And until next time, bye, everyone.